You want to start selling your courses and offering your courses to businesses, schools, and nonprofits. But one of the things you don't want to do is have to sit up and do your hair and your makeup and your lashes and all the things to make sure that your lighting is right, your sound is just right in order to produce high quality courses. Well, that is where the power of AI actually comes in, right? If you are an entrepreneur, you are a content creator, and you are wanting to build professional level courses, you can leverage AI to do that. It used to be that you had to invest in high price photo shoots, high price video shoots in order to get your courses professional and looking crisp and clean and ready for a corporate audience. Well, that is no longer necessarily the case. You do not have to spend tens of thousands of dollars to do that. And this is coming from someone who charges a nice nickel for people who actually want to come to Atlanta in our studio and get professional videography and direction from a real instructional designer. Okay, and it's not cheap to do. You're gonna put aside about 10 bands for that. Okay, but with the power of artificial intelligence, you don't necessarily have to make that investment anymore. You just have to be willing to make an investment of time to learn how to leverage artificial intelligence so that you can have a professional product, so that you can have a professional course that you can license to businesses, license to schools, license to nonprofits. And the reason you want to do that is because businesses, schools, and nonprofits, they pay you upfront. They pay you in bulk and they pay you in full for your courses. And in order to have your course corporate ready, it has to be professional. It has to be ready for prime time, as I like to say. Okay. So when you are putting together your courses, right, there are certain things, certain standards that you have to be aware of. Corporations, businesses, and schools are looking for your expertise, but you must know that they are not going to accept haphazard put together courses. They are not going to accept something that you threw together with ChatGPT that you don't even know what's in it. They're not going to accept that. The jig is up. Okay, so the days of just throwing things into ChatGPT and calling it a course is not going to fly anymore. And listen, don't take my word for it. Don't take my word for it. Try selling it. Try talking to people who are trying to sell their courses that they just threw together on ChatGPT. It is not working. And the reason it's not working is because people are no longer buying information. Okay, I want you all to hear me. Grab your pens, grab your paper, because we're getting ready to get into it. We're going to talk about what people actually buy. What do businesses actually buy when it comes to courses and training programs? What do businesses buy? What do nonprofits buy? What do schools buy? They are buying and they are looking for professional courses that meet professional standards. And if you all came on my show last week, I was talking about accessibility, and I was talking about access to training and access to education, and how important it is to businesses that your course be able to be accessible to people with disabilities. That is one of the professional standards that they are looking for. They are not looking for how cute it looks on social media. They don't care about that. They don't care how many followers you have. They don't care about all of the cutesy stuff. They are not there for all of the memes. They are not there for all of the, "Ooh, look what my AI can do." No. Because that's not going to help them move their business forward. That's not going to help them educate their students, their learners. That's not going to help them move their nonprofits forward. No. What's going to help them move it forward is a professional program, a professional course that was put together according to instructional design standards. And for those of you all who are new to me, you don't know me that well, you're like, hey, this lady just came across my timeline. I am Kat Dunn, also affectionately known across social media as Kat the Course Builder. I am a real instructional designer. I don't play one on TV. My agency has built courses for some of the most recognizable brands in the world, including Walmart, including Verizon, including Ocean Spray, including the federal government, including Uber Eats, on and on and on. And so my organization knows a thing or two about what companies are looking for when it comes to courses, when it comes to professional training programs. And if you want to learn how to make sure that you are meeting professional standards because you want to license your course, you want to sell your course, get paid in bulk, upfront, and in full, then make sure that you're following me, all right, so that you can learn how to do this. There are literally thousands and thousands of people who are in marketplaces right now, today, at this moment, in professional marketplaces looking for professional development courses. They are looking for professional programs. All right. And they're looking for your program. They're looking for unique voices. They're looking for courses that are able to be offered inside of their organizations. And they cannot accept a course that is not up to standard. Okay, so a lot of you all have said to me, Kat, in 2026, that is the year that I am going to start offering my course to businesses, to schools, to nonprofits. I want to license it. How do I quickly get my course up to speed? How do I start doing this? And I say to them, you have to meet professional standards. Okay, now there are plenty of people out here in these social media streets that can teach you about AI, right? Who can teach you how to monetize with AI and how to create memes with AI and how to do cartoons with AI and how to do write books with AI and all the things. Here on this channel, I teach you how to leverage the power of artificial intelligence for building professional level courses, not something that you just threw together in ChatGPT, because that is not going to sell your course. That is not going to get you what you want. And I'm not going to be the one to mislead you. I'm not going to tell you what some of the gurus are saying. The gurus like to say, oh, just put it in ChatGPT. Just let ChatGPT, put your topic in there, and in 30 seconds, ChatGPT will spit you out a course. And can it? Yes. Yeah, it can. But is it even right? Is the course even well put together? Is the information even correct? Do you even know what's in it? And is it too generalized for audiences? Right? You got a course, but something is missing. And what's missing is you. And that is what they want to pay for. They want to pay for insight. They want to pay for analysis. They want to pay for expertise. They want to pay for courses that are going to actually make a difference, that are going to transform their audiences, that are going to help them to actually learn. That is what they're looking for. They do not want cheap, put together, thrown together courses that you did in ChatGPT in 5 seconds. They can do that themselves. They don't need you for that. They're going to pay you for that. They're not going to pay you for that. They're not going to pay anybody for that. You can't even get the regular consumer to pay you for that. So what is it? What are we going to do? What you're going to do is you're going to take instructional design principles and you're going to marry it with the power of artificial intelligence to create something that is not only professional and beautiful and crisp and sharp, but actually teaches someone something. So we talked about accessibility. We talked about, courses that are able to be accessed by people with disabilities, people who have learning disabilities, people who have sight disabilities, people who have hearing disabilities. You have to be able to accommodate those people. And the reason being is that organizations, companies, schools, nonprofits, any of them that are beholden to the federal government. Maybe they're getting some funding from the federal government. Maybe they're getting some tax breaks from the federal government. They all have to adhere to the ADA standards, the Americans with Disabilities Act. They all must adhere to it. It is federal law. So that extends to training. That extends to training and development. So, what does this have to do with artificial intelligence? What it has to do with is that those standards are not always the easiest to meet because it's tedious. It's tedious work to make sure that your every line, every graphic, every video, every element in your course is accessible to people with disabilities. And what happens a lot of times in consumer spaces is that they just say, you know what, this takes too much time. This is not something I want to spend my time doing. And so they just don't worry about it for the general consumer. But that does not mean that when you want to up level, right? You want to up level to businesses and sell to businesses and sell your courses to schools and sell your courses to nonprofits. When you're ready to up level, then that means you have to meet those standards and those guidelines. It is not a negotiable. When you apply for being in a professional B2B marketplace, that is one of the first questions they're going to ask you. They want to know, is your course accessible? And you got to know what that means. Not only do you have to know what it means, you have to be able to say yes. You have to be able to say, yes, my course is accessible. Yes, people with disabilities. Yes, people who are visually impaired. Yes, people who are auditorially impaired are able to get the same level of learning and education in my program as someone who does not have those concerns. Okay, so this is something that a lot of people are not talking. In fact, nobody's talking about it. All right, because I'm not expecting them to talk about it because they're not real instructional designers. I am a real instructional designer of over 20 plus years. And so are the people who are on my team. And so anytime you're talking about building a specialized instrument, such as a course, you want to look at what are the requirements? What do I need to do in order to make my course one that a business would want to buy, that a school would want to purchase? And you want to do this because that is where the real money is. We have helped hundreds of entrepreneurs, everyday coaches to get their courses up to standard so that they can offer them to organizations, to schools, to businesses. Okay. One of my clients is a leadership coach, and he had been selling or trying to sell his leadership program on LinkedIn. He had been trying to sell it on Facebook and things like that. And he knew that he had a program that people could really benefit from, but he really wasn't getting any traction. And so he reached out to us and said, you know what? I think I want to start offering my courses to businesses. I think I want to start offering my courses to schools and nonprofits. I think they are the ones that I want to go after because they are the ones who are going to give my courses to their employees. Okay. And so, of course, we could help him because that is what we do. We are instructional designers. That is the difference. Okay. So we're not going to tell him to just throw his course into ChatGPT. Okay. Because that would be malpractice. We are not going to tell him, hey, just throw it in ChatGPT, get an outline, throw it together. ChatGPT can do it in 30 seconds. Okay. Maybe, but what are you going to get? Right? Are you going to get something you can really offer to anybody? Probably not. Probably not. So we want to make sure that your course meets professional standards. So if you don't know what those professional standards are, you don't know what it should look like, feel like, be like, then that is where you want to join us on Saturday. Saturday is where I'll be hosting a lab where we are going to literally build out a lesson from your course that meets professional standards. Even if you don't have a course yet, even if you're still working on your course, you need to be in this lab on Saturday because you're going to learn exactly how to meet those standards using the power of AI. Over 10 days, starting on Saturday, we are going to be working together on your course to get that course lesson done. And we're going to use artificial intelligence. Now, it doesn't take 10 days to get the lesson done. But what takes 10 days is learning the technique, learning the professional standards, learning how to put it together. Anybody can throw something into a software. Anybody can do that. That is not what we're doing. I am showing you the professional standards and how to meet them. It's not about the program. It's about making sure that you are precise and making sure that when you put your course in front of a potential buyer, like a business, like a school, like a nonprofit, that you are confident that what you're putting in front of them meets standards. So when they ask you about, is your course SCORM compliant? You know what that means. Is your course ADA compliant? Is it WCAG compliant? If you don't know what that is, you need to join us on Saturday. If you know that your plan for 2026 is to sell your courses to schools, sell your courses to businesses, sell your courses to nonprofits, then you need to be in my class on Saturday. We are going to get started in over 10 days. Over 10 days, we are going to be working on your compliant course, not something you threw together because you thought it was cute using AI. No, we're not talking about memes. We are not talking about all those other things. We're talking about how to use and leverage AI for professional level courses. And I'm going to tell you the other thing. This is really going to save you in the long run because businesses, I'm going to tell y'all a little secret, okay? Businesses, schools, and nonprofits prefer faceless course content. They prefer faceless. What does that mean, Kat? I see faces in training all the time. Yeah, you do. But guess what? It doesn't have to be your face. It doesn't have to be your face. You don't have to be the face that has to go and fix your face and put your makeup on and make sure your hair is just right and your lighting and your sound and all the things. No, it has to be a face, right? You're going to see a face. It just doesn't have to be your face. And by leveraging the power of artificial intelligence, you can create your own course AI twin. We're going to talk about that on Saturday. We are going to create one of your lessons. You're going to bring your lesson. If you've got it, you've got a course already, bring that module. Bring that module and let's work it out together over 10 days. You're going to use AI and you're going to marry it with instructional design standards so that it's up to par. And once you know how to do one, you can do the rest. You can do the rest. Once you understand the design standards. Some of you all, I look at your courses because I audit a lot of courses, right? My company We audit. We do audits. We go into organizations. We conduct workshops. We conduct audits, all of that. And we look at training material and we say what's working and what's not working. And a lot of times what is not working is the visual appeal of the program, not to mention the structure. Okay. We're not even going there yet. But just the visual of it is bothersome. Okay. It's bothersome. And people say, oh, well, I use templates. I use Canva templates. I use PowerPoint templates. I do templates. So mine, my slide deck is going to be just right. Let me tell you something. I was looking at a presentation just today, less than an hour ago. Okay. Less than an hour ago. One of my IDs put it past my desk and she said, listen, you take a look at this. What do you think about this? I don't like it, is what I said. I don't like it. And I looked at it for like 30 seconds. I didn't like it. I didn't like the look. I didn't like the look and feel of it. It was outdated. But because they got it from Canva, they were like, oh, this has got to be good. No, it's not. Everything in Canva is not for everything. You all are choosing presentation decks that don't even match what you're trying to show in your courses and in your training. So the one that I was just telling you about, it looks dated. It looks like it's a presentation from the 90s, and she got it from Canva. So everything that you get in Canva and every template that you get in PowerPoint is not going to work in a professional setting. It's not. Here's another thing that you all are doing, that a lot of people are doing. Might not be you. Okay, don't come for me in the comments. Kat, I don't do that. Okay, all right, that's what they all say until I see it, until I put my eyeballs on it. Okay, another thing that y'all are doing is y'all are putting too many colors all on the same page. It's colors, it's too many graphics everywhere, and it's cluttered and it's messy. So what a lot of people are doing is they're taking that Canva template, they're taking that PowerPoint template, and they are throwing everything on it. I see icons, I see bullets, I see babies, and I see baked goods. Okay, it's all on the page because it was cute, because somebody thought it was cute. But all of that clutter is going to get your course denied. All of that is going to get your course denied. And for those of you all who come to class on November, this coming Saturday, November 22nd, Saturday, we're going to go through the checklist. I'm going to show you your course has to meet these standards. You cannot have a bunch of clutter on the page. Why? Because people who are visually impaired they don't, you should not make them have to go through all that clutter on the page. And it's going to get denied. It's going to get denied. If you are with us in December, we are actually applying to a professional. Hey, baby. Hey, sweetheart. Who is that? Cheryl. Hey, babe. Hey, mastermind. How you doing, babe? I think that says Cheryl. Y'all know I can't see good. Okay. You cannot have all that clutter on your page and think it's going to get approved. Those of you all who are going to be with us in December, we are actually going to be applying to one of the top marketplaces for business level courses, for professional courses together. We're going to do that as a group together. That's our lab in December. But I want to get you ready for it. Y'all can't apply for anything if your course isn't ready. Okay? If you're still throwing stuff in Canva, throwing stuff in PowerPoint, clutter all over the page, all these colors, all these fonts, all this stuff, that's not professional level. I know y'all, I know you like the script font. I know that cursive squiggly font. I know you like it. I know you do. But baby, that's not it. That's not it. Why? Why isn't it it? Because it is, number one, hard to read. It's hard to read for me. Because I got Gen X eyes, honey. Okay? These, don't let the contacts fool you. Okay? It's hard for me to read, let alone somebody who is officially visually impaired. So all of that scripty cute font that y'all got all over the slide, you're doing well. Good, babe. Nice to see you, honey. Thank you for coming in. Thank you, babe. Okay, all of that scripty font, no. All of the cutesy stuff, no. We want a clean look. And I'm going to show you all some examples when you all come on Saturday. Those of you all who are coming on Saturday, I'm going to show you what it should look like. If you're like, well, I don't know what it should look like, that's okay. That's why you're here. You're here to learn and put it together so you can have a professional presentation, a professional level course. Even if you put it in a template, that does not make it right. Some of you all are choosing the wrong type of template for your type of course. You're copying what somebody else did or what you see somebody else doing, and you're like, oh, I'm going to do it just like this. But your topic doesn't necessarily fall in line with what that look and feel should look and feel like. And then you've got all of the dark background with the dark letters, and it's hard to read. Or you have the light background with the light letters, and it's hard to read. All of those things will get you disqualified. It might seem like a simple thing, but honey, I've seen it and I've seen it and I've seen it. I've been doing this work for over 20 plus years. I have a master's degree in instructional design and teaching with technology, and I can see it in my sleep. I can see it with my eyes closed, okay? And so what I want is for you all, those of you all who say, listen, in 2026, I want to start selling my courses in bulk to businesses, to schools, to nonprofits. Those of you all who say that, I want to help you. I want to be your coach for that. Okay. If you just want to learn how to, in general, monetize AI, I'm not your girl. I'm not. There are plenty of really, really qualified people who can teach you how to do that. They can teach you how to do all the cute memes. They can teach you how to do the cute cartoons and make yourself into comic book characters and all the cutesy things. And it is cute. I actually kind of like that stuff, because it's fun. It's fun and it's creative. But I ain't got time for that. And my clients don't have time for that. They need to make moves. They need to get their course top notch so that they can start offering it and selling it and getting paid in bulk, in full, and upfront, because they got things to do. Okay? You can do the cutesy stuff on your own time. But when you're ready to get to business, get down to brass tacks, now is the time. Okay? And that is what I can help you with. Artificial intelligence in learning and development, to be honest with you, is not new. It's been around for a long time. But what is new is the variety and the amount, the sheer volume of AI solutions that are out there for learning and development. And when we go into businesses and conduct workshops on AI for learning and development, I mean, there is always something new coming out. There's so much there. And it's really, really exciting. Super, super exciting. And I love that now more than ever, you can create professional level courses leveraging AI. You can have course twins, all right? Course twins. You can have AI twins, avatars, audio only courses, any kind of course that you want to do. And you do not have to go into a studio and pay all this money to do it. You don't have to invest in expensive videographers or expensive, photographers and all of that. It's really not necessary anymore. And I think that that is exciting. The things that you can do with your courses, all of the exciting, engaging, and fun and interactivity that you can do is just endless. It is endless. And those who are in my current AI Brilliance course accelerator program, they're learning about how to do that because it makes your courses fun, right? Even adults want a fun course. They want a fun program. They want something that's engaging, that makes them say, yes, give me more of that. I actually learned something and it was fun. I can't tell you how many people don't want to take their own course. They don't want to take their own course because their own course is boring, right? And if you don't want to take it, why you want somebody else to take it? That ain't right. Okay. So we're going to get rid of boring courses. We are not going to be doing that. I want to see you on Saturday. If you are checking this out on TT, you can definitely click the LINK around my BIO for more information about how you can join us on Saturday. Or you can join us for the next 12 months where you can come to each of our labs so that we can get your courses in order so that you can apply for marketplaces with us so you don't have to do it alone. If you don't know what all the terms mean and all of that, we're going to do it together, okay? But we get started on Saturday. That is our first lab. All you have to do is click the LINK in my BIO in order to join us. Those of you all who are joining on the YTFB, you can click the link around this video and you'll see how to join us on Saturday, or feel free to direct message me. All right. On Saturday, what are we going to be doing? We are going to be starting our 10-day journey to creating a compliant, professional, instructionally sound lesson within your course. We're going to do that over 10 days. You're going to get a checklist and you're going to actually be able to see what is considered instructionally sound. You're going to be able to see how you actually make sure that you're meeting the compliances so that your course can be accepted in marketplaces, so that your course can be accepted by a business, a school, a nonprofit, so that you can get paid in full, in bulk, and upfront instead of one course at a time. If that is what your goal is, if that is what you're wanting to do, we are going to be doing that on Saturday. We start on Saturday, okay? We start our 10-day journey together, okay? And when you join, when you sign up for Saturday, and yes, you can get just the Saturday course, okay? You don't have to get all of the series of the labs. If you want to just get started on Saturday, then you can do that. Okay. If your course is not done, it's okay. If your course is not ready, it's all right. It doesn't have to be ready. Okay. Bring what you have, bring your idea. I want you to see how to put it together using AI. You're going to get it done quickly. You're going to get it done professionally. You're going to get it done right. And then you can just repeat it over and over and over again for the rest of your lessons. Once you know how to do it, you know how to do it, right? Right? Once you know how to do it, you know how to do it. You're going to get the replay. You're going to get the workbook. You're going to get some instruction. You're going to get some feedback. And we're going to do it together. Okay? I want you guys to win in 2026, okay? And the way to do that is to make sure that the quality is there, to make sure that your courses are set up for success instead of failure. I don't want you all listening to just what the gurus are saying, throwing something in ChatGPT, thinking that it's hitting on something, and it really ain't hitting. It really ain't hitting. And then you throwing it out there for what? Okay, for what? So if you have questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. If you're joining me on TTYTFB, you can certainly look at the LINK around my BIO to join us on Saturday. We are going to get started with our 10-day journey to building professional courses. Okay. You're going to see what professional courses look like and what they don't look like. I'm going to be showing you all examples come Saturday. Okay. Not only that, we're going to be putting together the course together over the next 10 days from Saturday. We're going to put together that lesson. I'm going to walk you through. You're going to have walkthrough videos. You're going to have step-by-step, and you're going to be able to get feedback along the way. Thank you so much, honey. Hi. You're going to be able to get feedback along the way. You're not going to get stuck. You're not going to get stuck. You're going to get a little piece every single day until by the end of that 10 days, you've got your course lesson. It's laid out properly. It's beautiful. It's professional. It's well done. And it's ready to actually show to a potential buyer. Now, that's the other thing with professional level courses, okay? When you are selling your courses to businesses, to schools, to nonprofits, they want to see a sample. Those of you all who are joining us in December, we're putting together a corporate ready, marketplace ready course together in December. And one of the things they always ask for is a sample. They want a review sample. They want to see a review link. And honey, if you try to send them to Teachable, they're going to laugh in your face. If you try to send them to Thinkific, they're going to laugh in your face. They're going to say, oh, yeah, thanks. No, because that's not what they're looking for. Teachable is for consumers. Thinkific is for consumers. Kajabi is for consumers. Padilla is for consumers. Go High Level is for consumers. They are not going to send their people to none of them places to review your course. They are not, will not, and won't. Don't take my word for it. Try it and see. I'm telling you right now, that's not going to fly. So if you want to know, you say, hey, listen, I'm serious about this. I want to know how I put this together. I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm going to show you how to get a professional link that you can show to any potential business buyer. Remember that instructional design, learning and development, remember that there are professional standards around it. It is not the Wild Wild West. I promise you it is not. It is not the Wild Wild West. You cannot just do anything over there. Now, in the consumer space, you might be able to get away with some of that stuff. Okay? You might be able to get away with some of that stuff because consumers, you know, they tend to just kind of take stuff. But businesses, no. So I want to make sure that you are ready. I want to make sure that you are presenting your course, your expertise in a way that is acceptable to a professional marketplace. I'm talking to people who know they have something of value to offer. You know it. You know you have something of value. You're 10, 20, 30 years of experience, and you know that it deserves to be treated with respect. You know that your course deserves to be presented in a professional way. Okay, so if you're just looking for cat, I want fast, I want ChatGPT, I want that. That's not this, and that's not me. I'm talking to people who want it done right, not who want it just done fast. Now, with learning and leveraging the power of AI, guess what? You can get it done right and fast. You can get it done right and fast. Okay? And I want to show you how to do it. Okay? So Saturday, November 22nd, we're going to be meeting. And that is, you're going to start your journey to a professional level program. Thank you, baby. Thank you for the roses. A professional level course. If that's you and you are tired of playing around with this thing, then make sure that you join us on Saturday. Okay? Okay? If you all are watching this, no matter where you're watching this for, the link YTFBTTIG, no matter where you're watching this, if you have questions, go ahead, drop them underneath this video here. Feel free to DM me and feel free to look around this video for the LINK and join us on Saturday. Okay? All right, you guys, I hope this helped. I hope that you all got something from this. I cannot wait to see you all, those of you all who've already signed up. We'll see. We get started on Saturday. Okay. We get started on Saturday. Okay. All right, you guys, I'll see you soon. And until then, stay on course. See you soon.